Hi, it's Ralph and Lonnie, and we are going to look at the astrology for August 2025. So if you have your planetary calendar, you can follow along. And if you don't, go visit us at planetarycalendar.com. So let's take a look at the week, starting with Sunday the 10th and ending with Saturday the 16th of August.
Yeah, that 10th looks more energetic than it actually is because the planetary aspects, that's a parallel between Mars and Neptune. That's a trine between Mars and Pluto. These are not real personal. There is a nice trine between that Pisces moon and Venus, and the trine into the Jupiter. They're both running in the same sign at that time. And there is a square to Uranus, so there could be unusual stuff that day.
You notice the outer planet aspects more in the news.
Right.
Whether it's the news in the neighborhood or the news around the world. But, it's more things that happen externally to your group of people rather than individual things. Unless, of course, it's sitting on your rising or something. And
exactly.
then
on the 11th,
story.
Mercury turns direct at 4 degrees Leo. So things like communications, phones, computers will start behaving themselves. Between the 11th and 22nd, things will calm down. So
11th and the 22nd.
Things will calm down. That's what
Mercury
is
on.
Said.
Well, we did miss a little bit of I don't know why there is no gray box on mine. The printer had a problem.
Yes.
Our calendars are printed by 2 separate printers, and some had problems with one in one type with the gray box, and some had with another box. And so there should be a gray box on the 11th, because you'll see that the void of course starts at about midnight on the 10th and goes all through the day on the 11th, and doesn't end until early in the morning on the 12th. But it a void of course in Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter, so that's supposed to be a kinder, gentler void of course.
They tend to be.
Yeah.
Now, on the 12th, it's all lunar aspects, mostly good, except for an opposition to Mars, which would be from Mars is in Libra, right? So it happens after the moon goes into Aries, which is very early in the morning. It's actually a very good day, but a very social day. When you got that many lunar aspects going on, it's going to be a lot of people stuff. That's just
you think about it. The moon visits Saturn, and then the moon visits Uranus, and then it visits Neptune, and then it visits Pluto, and then it visits Mercury. So it's kind of like you going from thing to thing to thing.
It does sound a little bit like people will be on their phones checking the news a lot that day. So, and then on the 13th, it is Left-Handers Day. Yay! And it is a sun trine moon. Isn't that nice? Now, there is a square from the moon to Jupiter in the sign of the Crab and to Venus. Once again, these two are running parallel, running together.
Don't go to the casino that day.
No.
But otherwise, nice day.
Hold on to your pennies. And then on the Thursday, the 14th, you have Mercury is sextile Mars, so it's a very personal aspect. A good day for communications, for getting things done. When Mercury and Mars, they're the pawns of the zodiac. They're the ones you say, go out there and do that. Go run that errand. Go take care of stuff. And when they're running, in harmony with each other, it tends to be, a real good time for that kind of stuff.
Well, especially since Mercury just turned direct on Monday the 11th. So that conversation should be a really good one. It's one of those you walk away from, oh, that was a good conversation.
Yeah. And it's a fire Mercury to an air Mars. So once again, it tends to be social, good communication, to be able to move through things quickly.
Nice.
Then on the 15th, you have the third quarter moon. You have nice aspects to the moon. The moon's going to be in Taurus, a.k.a. Bovis, the cow.
A.k.a. reservation for lunch or dinner.
Nice sextile to Jupiter and to Venus. So very, very, perfect time for reservations. And then you have but the sun is square the moon. So, it's from Leo to Taurus.
Well, we can pretty much handle that. The third quarter moon happens all the time. And,
true. But with this particular one, the moon might be saying, hey, you don't spend too much on lunch. We can go someplace nice that's not quite so fancy.
Well, I like the sun square moon because it helps you check in with your emotions.
That's true.
And not let the sun just rule the day, So it really says, are your emotions in line with your purpose? and the other way around. So I like that sun square moon. That's why we get it twice.
I think that, yes, it seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
On the 16th, the Saturday, look at the moon's going to move into Gemini, the sign of the twins, early in the day, and then there's this whole lineup of positive lunar aspects. Whatever you do, don't stay home knitting that day, or whatever you're doing. Staying home, or, get out into the world, because this is a very social day. If there's any type of event going on, go out to it, because you'll encounter all kinds of interesting people. I mean, it's such an interesting lineup, especially because the moon's in Gemini, which is normally one that loves to engage with other people.
You would have to work very hard to stay home on that day. So
The moon makes aspects to Saturn,
Prepare.
Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Mercury, and Mars. Okay, and once again, remember, Uranus is in Gemini at this time, so those Gemini moons are going to be very, very active. Wherever you have Gemini in your chart, it's going to be very, very sizzling. If you have a Gemini sun or moon, don't be surprised if you feel like a little overwhelmed these days, because that's, Uranus in the first degrees of a sign really makes an impact. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the week, don't you think?
I do.
Good.
Sizzling Mercury in Leo.
There you go. We're going to ask your help for something. As you know, we finished our book, Reclaiming Astrology from the Patriarchy. You can find it right there, Planetary Calendar. As we're working on this, we're really getting an idea about whether or not it's accessible to people, whether or not people who are not astrologers will understand this. We've been practicing astrology for a good long time. It's hard for us to have that perspective, though we worked very hard to make the book very open for other people, because pretty much it works for anybody who knows their sign, which is almost everybody. We are forming what we call our book tribe, and you can go to planetarycalendar.com and you'll see at the top book/book tribe, and we're asking people to join our book tribe to have access to parts of the book that maybe we didn't use before, because we're planning 2 more books. We have one already underway, which is about practicing patriarchy-free astrology, and the other one is called The Stolen Zodiac, which is an expanded version of understanding why the zodiac was changed. And as we do that, we want other people's opinions.
So really, to help us know which way to go, what kind of information we need to fill in with to make it more accessible for everybody, you can be a part of it.
Exactly. So we'll make things accessible to that group through email. When you go to the page, if you would like to be part of our book tribe, just put your email in.
Just send us an email.
And we will respond and welcome you and
let you know
much.
About extra goodies that we might offer to you.
Exactly, because we value your opinion.
So come see us next time. You know where to go. Planetary Calendar Astrology on YouTube. And visit us at planetarycalendar.com if you didn't get your 2026 calendar. And we have books there too.